Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us here for another edition of our 10 Weather Impact Show. I'm meteorologist Aaron White, and we have a lot to talk about here as we head through the weekend, as we are tracking our next big winter storm and also some bitter cold on the way here starting tomorrow. But the snow will not begin until we get into the day Saturday, but especially looking ahead to Sunday into Sunday night, as we are tracking quite a bit of snowfall here across Ohio, but really affecting a large part of the country here with this next winter storm. And so because of that, we have winter storm watches that have been issued now covering the entire portion of central and southern Ohio, as we are expecting a good amount of snowfall here again beginning Saturday afternoon, likely on the light side, but some of the heavier snow coming in here Saturday night and really throughout the day Sunday. That's where we are going to see some of the highest impacts, is likely during the day Sunday, with that snow falling and likely falling at a pretty good clip here as we go through the end of the weekend before things really start to taper off as we get into Sunday night and Monday morning. Now, we are also tracking bitter cold conditions, wind chill factors likely below zero here tomorrow. And then once that snow passes, we get some more colder air, and we'll likely see some more sub-zero wind chill factors here as we head into the day on Monday. So, of course, because of all this, we have a 10 weather impact alert here for the winter storm and also for those bitter cold conditions really coming in Friday through Monday. And it is possible that we could see some of that bitter cold really stick around here as we head through a good portion of next week, because once we get this snow on the ground, especially if we get a lot of it, which is what it's looking like right now, that's going to help to lock in that cold and keep it around here for at least a few more days as we head through next week, especially if we get even a reinforcing shot of some of that colder Arctic air from the north and west. And we will have to watch that for the middle to end of next week. But of course, what the focus is right now is going to be tomorrow through Monday, with the winter storm actually happening Saturday and Sunday. So Friday and Monday, those are going to be the 2 days where we see some of the coldest temperatures with those wind chill factors below zero. So really the bitter cold kind of bookending the winter storm. So we are talking about potential and really now more of a likelihood for heavy snowfall in addition to those sub-zero wind chills. And this is all happening Friday evening through Tuesday morning, actually now extending into Tuesday morning, where we are going to see those bitter cold conditions. So really just be ready for all that's going to be happening over the course of the next several days. Now today, still quiet. Today is a good day if you need to go out to the store, if you need to get anything ahead of this winter storm. Today, we're not tracking really anything that's going to have an impact. It's just going to be mostly cloudy, a few peaks of sunshine. Temperatures will still get up to around 30 this afternoon, and then gradually falling back down into the 20s here for tonight. And really that 25 degrees there after midnight, that's about the warmest we are going to be here for your Friday, because temperatures will be falling through the 20s, down through the teens here by Friday afternoon, and we are heading down near zero by Friday night, Saturday morning. Temperatures into the single digits, wind chill factors likely 5 to as low as 15 below zero. So some very cold conditions are on the way. Now, like I said, today pretty quiet out there. We are tracking a mostly cloudy sky, a little bit more sunshine across far southern Ohio, and a few peaks of sunshine in and around the Columbus metro here and there. Not a lot. It's going to stay fairly cloudy here for today. All that cloud cover streaming in from the south and west, but we're talking about this winter storm. So where is it? We are still a few days away, so that storm is still quite a bit distance away from us. It is still off in the Pacific Ocean there off the coast of California, but it's getting closer. It's already kicking in some moisture there into Southern California around Los Angeles, and the storm system is going to be tracking across really the U.S.-Mexico border across the southern states. And what's going to happen is once it gets out into the plains, it's going to start to strengthen, and it's also going to be able to pull in some moisture from the Gulf, and all that's going to come together in addition to that colder air, and that moisture is going to be able to override the colder air and then fall as a lot of snowfall here as we go through the forecast. So This is what we are tracking beginning Saturday afternoon through Sunday night, Monday morning, is a large winter storm impacting several states. There are winter storm watches all the way from New Mexico, Texas winter storm warnings now, with those watches and warnings extending all the way through Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio. Of course, we have winter storm watches, and those extend all the way up into parts of the Carolinas and Virginia, as this is affecting many states with heavy snowfall, significant ice accumulation. The further south you go, we're talking about potential for ice accumulation of a ½ inch to maybe over 1 inch, and that could lead to significant power outages across some of the states in Tennessee, northern parts of Mississippi, Arkansas as well. And then, of course, we got the heavier snow the further north you go. And what we have been watching for the last several days is a slow northerly shift in the track of the storm. You go 3 days ago, and we were talking about the winter storm, but it didn't look like it was going to be producing high impacts across here in Ohio. But as new data has come in, the track of the system has been evolving. Again, that storm system is still off in the Pacific, so it hasn't even crossed the Rocky Mountains. It hasn't even gotten out into the plains yet, so it's still over 2,000 miles away, and that's why things are still changing. However, what hasn't changed now in the last 24 to 36 hours really is the track of the storm. It's been adjusting before that, but now we have a better idea of where that system is going to be tracking and what some of the impacts are going to be here. And what is certain is that a winter storm is going to be moving through the country and across the South and the Midwest here and producing heavy snow, heavy ice accumulation, sleet, freezing rain across the southern states there, and rain further to the south with snow and a little bit lighter snow the further north you go. But for areas in blue, that includes Columbus, central and southern Ohio, where we have that winter storm watch, a higher likelihood for some heavier snowfall here as we go Saturday afternoon, Saturday night through Sunday into Sunday night. So here's one of the latest computer projections showing how everything is going to be evolving here as we go into the weekend. Here we are, 2 p.m. on Saturday. Not a lot happening locally. You're still going to have time if you have to do some errands on Saturday. Do them in the morning, early afternoon before that snow does begin. We are going to see the chance for at least some flurries, some light snow showers early in the afternoon. But as we go into time here, Saturday evening, starting to see that snow overspread central and southern Ohio. That continues overnight. And watch what happens as we get into the day Sunday. We start to see some of that heavier snowfall building in across central and southern Ohio. Notice the darker blue showing up here and also back to the south and west. So the heavier snowfall, it's not just in a localized area, it's pretty widespread. And that's why we are talking about this being a more significant winter storm. And as we go through time, notice that dark blue really overspreads all of central and southern Ohio at noon. So it will be likely snowing pretty much from midnight Saturday night through midnight Sunday night. So that 24-hour window all day Sunday is when we're going to see a lot of that snow. Most of the snow will be falling in that 24-hour span. As we go into Sunday afternoon, notice we're still talking about some of the moderate to heavy snowfall, the darker blue covering the entire state of Ohio here by Sunday evening, before things really start to wrap up as we go into Sunday night and for Monday morning. But the thing to keep in mind, even though the snow likely going to be over by Monday morning, there could still be some flurries. Even if we get some wind, that's going to blow some of that snow around and could still lead to some problems on the roads. And of course, with the Ohio Department of Transportation and city crews working to get the roads cleared, it's going to take some time after all that snow is falling, because we are talking about a good amount of snowfall, and we'll get to the map here in just a moment to show you how much snowfall we are now expecting across central and southern Ohio. But before we get to that, I want to show you a closer look at the timing for the snowfall here. Saturday afternoon, 1 p.m., looking fairly cloudy. As we go through time, we start to get some more snow showers building across the area, and then really what happens is overnight. Again, after midnight, that snow really cranks up and heavy snowfall. I mean, dark blue all across the area here by 6:30, 7 o'clock Sunday morning. Snow likely falling, and as I said, midnight to midnight, that 24-hour span, Saturday night to Sunday night, that is when a lot of that snow will be falling. And some of the snowfall could be on the heavier side, and we're talking about maybe an inch per hour, not out of the question here. So it's not going to take long for that snow to really pile up as we go through the day. So this is the latest snowfall forecast that we have going here at 10 TV. Just consulted with meteorologist Michael Behrens and Meredith Garfalo to show you what we are expecting now. So we have made a little adjustment from what we had earlier today, and the adjustment is bringing the snowfall totals up across central and southern Ohio. So before we had a lighter blue band, 2 to 6 inches. We're now bringing that out of the area and looking at more widespread 6 to 10 inch amounts north of I-70, 8 to 12 inches for the Columbus metro and areas to the south. And what we are going to have to watch is, notice we have that plus. Some areas could easily exceed a foot of snowfall here. Likely not going to be totally widespread amounts of a foot of snowfall, but just note there is that potential, and that's why we are saying 8 to 12 inches or more in some of these areas here in purple. Likely going to see a lot of numbers, 8 to 10 inches, but there will be some higher amounts, of course, with a few places getting more than a foot of snowfall here once all is said and done Monday morning. Again, most of the snow happening Saturday night through Sunday night, but there will still be some snow Saturday afternoon all the way through Monday morning. But again, the highest impacts likely going to be felt as we go through the day Sunday night into Monday once we have all that snow already on the ground. So highest impacts and highest potential for winter storm conditions, really Columbus, I-70, central and southern Ohio, but still high impacts here in red for Cleveland to just north of Dayton. So almost the entire state of Ohio looking at a high to very high potential for winter storm conditions here as we head through the weekend. So that's the latest forecast right now. Of course, we are going to have more updates as we go through the rest of today, tonight, tomorrow. We are going to have full team coverage on this winter storm as we are tracking it here as we head through the weekend. For tonight, though, things again staying quiet. We're not tracking any snow. Mostly cloudy skies, 15 for a low here tonight. Tomorrow, it does not warm up. We're at 17 degrees. That's the best we're going to get. We may get to 20 in the morning before those temperatures are dropping through the day. So the coldest it's going to be Friday afternoon. So if you have any plans tomorrow evening, just note it's going to be very cold. Temperatures by really after the sun goes down, likely falling through the lower teens. Single-digit temperatures not out of the question by 9-10 p.m. Wind chill factors below zero. So tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, Saturday morning, very cold conditions are expected. As we go into the weekend, though, again, 10 weather impact alert here for Friday evening, Friday night, Saturday morning for the bitter cold conditions. Notice our low, 2 degrees here by Saturday morning. Wind chill factors again below zero. But we're keeping that 10 weather impact alert still for the cold conditions on Saturday, and then that snow arriving, that winter storm moving in here for later Saturday overnight into the day on Sunday. Temperatures do warm up to about 21 for a high, but we're not going to see any melting. It's going to be falling all as snow and potential for very heavy snowfall here as we go through the day Sunday. That gradually tapers off. We're still looking at the chance for a couple flurries, maybe a light snow shower here Monday morning. But of course, the bigger concern then after the snow has fallen is some more bitter cold here for Monday morning. Temperature down to 7 degrees. Wind chill factors below zero. Tuesday morning, we get locked into the cold still. 3 degrees for a low. Wind chill factors down below zero. And what we are going to have to watch for is after all the snow is over, if we get that reinforcing shot of cold air here by the middle to end of the week, that's going to drive temperatures back down. and there's even the chance that we could see temperatures falling below 0 by the end of next week. But that's all if we get that second shot, that another shot of cold air. Right now, that's still far away, so really not the focus, but I just wanted to mention that after this winter storm passes, we're not done with that bitter cold quite yet. So a lot going on here in the extended forecast. Of course, we're going to keep you updated here on 10 TV, here on 10 TV Plus as well. Coming up later on this evening, I'll be looking at the forecast in more detail. You can join us live at 4 p.m. all the way through 7 o'clock this evening. And I'll also have another update here on 10 TV Plus around 8:30 this evening with just the latest on the snowfall, the winter storm, and of course the bitter cold. So of course, as always, until then, you can catch more news and weather online at 10tv.com.